She said if I don't continue, she will be publishing our call online and selling it to people. She also sent me a screenshot showing me that she actually had footage of me on her computer, 24 videos. Since then, she continues hacking my Facebook even though I've changed the password 4 times. What's up, friends? This is a continuation of my previous video, so if you haven't seen that yet, I suggest that you watch that first so you get some context as to what is going on. Originally, I wanted to keep this painter's name anonymous. I wanted to be respectful if this was in fact another woman, but I have received additional information that confirms that this person is bad news. Ladies, beware of Donna Dee. Her Instagram is Donna Dee 95, and there are actual photos of this woman online, and everything about her seems to look legit until you take a step closer. Something about it is just not quite right. Basically, she's manipulating women, making them feel horrible about themselves, and offering big sums of money in exchange for incredibly inappropriate things. So something that I've been reflecting on a little bit. Everyone's modesty gauge is a little bit different. For me as a dancer, I might be pushing the boundaries a little bit as far as conservatives are concerned, but that's more so because my body is my instrument. So I'm more so focusing on the lines of the body, the musculature of the body, because all of that takes into account with choreography and performance. So I see it as a very artistic, beautiful thing, but there is that fine line between that and then suddenly turning it into something that it's not supposed to be. And I feel like the internet really blurs that modesty line, not just for our exteriors, but just how we present ourselves in general. It's easy to hide behind a screen and write our thoughts and feelings and just send it out there. But if you were to say that same long status update that you wrote on your Facebook and you write it to 100 people, you might reconsider, because suddenly you're a lot more vulnerable and you're actually interacting with these people in real life. So there's something kind of dysmorphic about this internet world that we're living in. The internet subtly pushes us to just kind of lose our inhibition. So some people are more comfortable exposing what's going on up here. Meanwhile, other people are more comfortable exposing this. And that's something to be cautious of, because maybe you wouldn't be flaunting that in real life, but with the lighting and the angles and the Facetune and all that stuff, you feel a little bit more confident about putting it out there and getting a bunch of thumbs up or hearts from a bunch of random strangers. But the thing is, when you are on a social platform, you are inviting a bunch of strangers into your world, and you have no idea what these strangers' hidden agendas are. So it's not so much putting your information out there into the abyss, but it's more so bringing a bunch of strangers into a relationship that's so personal, but you don't know who they are, but they know who you are. And that's something that's really, really scary. Some of them might just be like me, where I'm like, oh, that's such a cool outfit, thumbs up. Oh, that's such a great poetic text, thumbs up. But for other people, there are ulterior motives. And that's something that I experienced along with these other poor victims, and I'm gonna be sharing some of that stuff with you right now. So you might think, oh, these girls are so stupid to even do this in the first place, but you have to understand, my generation and the generations coming after me, this is something completely normal. This is what we do. There are people who make bank by collaborating with other artists, so you have to keep that in mind. Just because you're smart enough to realize, oh, this is a fake, some other girls might not realize that. And like I said, this account looked legit. Donna Dee looked like a real person. It was even confirmed by some of my other friends. After the incident I had with her, I shared it with everybody, and they were like, everything she was asking you to do was wrong, but her artwork seems legit. There's pictures of her. So I'm going to be reading these conversations between Donna and these other girls, and you're going to see how much she turns them into victims and how horribly she manipulates these girls into giving more of themselves than they're comfortable. When you are a manipulative person, you can make people feel so bad about themselves until you can get them to do what you ask of them. So I'm going to read the email that Donna sent me, and this is the generic email that she sent to a whole slew of other women. Greetings, Christiana. My name is Donna. I'm a figurative realism painter from Iowa. I noticed you on Instagram, and I used the email option to contact you because I'd like us to collaborate in making a set of paintings with you as the model. Would you be interested in a paid job as a model for art? About me, I work here in Des Moines, is that how you pronounce it? I've never been to Iowa, where I paint and sell my work. I've got to the point where I'm constantly hiring models so I can keep making new paintings. Recently, I joined Instagram and other websites to explore working with people outside of Illinois and sometimes outside of the US as well. About the job. I'm interested in hiring you to pose for me. We would discuss the best approach and options to be able to work together from a distance and work online without having to travel or meet in person and make things more practical. I'd like to hire you to pose for a set of paintings where I'd like to do two things. I'd like to paint you with an outfit that we choose together from your available wardrobe. I also want to be able to make sketches of your body shape and design unique clothing for you. The clothes are not physical clothes. I will make the designs specially made for your body shape and paint them for you during the painting process. Okay, now that was the first red flag for me, because point one, she said, let's go through your wardrobe and find something that is flattering for this painting. But then number two, she's like, but I'm going to paint an outfit for you. I did not understand that, so I assumed that maybe she would maybe make my green dress red and add some floof to it or something like that. All the finished paintings will be fully clothed, either with your own clothes or with the clothes that I designed for you. Like I previously said, the idea is to be able to work online. We would use video calling such as through Skype to be able to pose for the paintings live. That was a poorly worded sentence. The way I work is to first make sketches of the model. I make many sketches in different angles and poses, then I use those sketches as reference material to make the finished paintings. I prefer to work this way because I don't find it very challenging or inspiring to copy from a photo to paint someone. Again, as an artist, I have to respect people's processes, but it's a strange process nonetheless. I pay you for every 30 minutes of work or for every hour. We can decide the best rate, but I usually offer at least $80 for every 30 minutes of work. It varies a lot and it can be higher depending on airplane, hold on. It varies a lot and it can be higher depending on how much freedom you give me to work. I can use PayPal and other payment methods. That's also something we can discuss. I appreciate the time you took to read my message. I won't make a bigger wall of text by sending more information through here. If you are interested in the job so far, feel free to contact me and I will answer any questions you may have. I hope to hear from you soon, Donna Dee. So now I'm going to read the conversation between these other girls and Donna. Girl A contacted me to share with me a conversation that she had with Donna and a conversation that girl B had with Donna. So this is girl A talking about girl B, and I'm reading girl B's story right now. Capiche? Caposh, cool. Also, if there's weird grammar, that's because I'm literally reading this word for word. Hey, this happened with me too with her, and it's freaking me out so bad. I refuse to keep working with her, and she keeps sending me threatening emails that I can send you pics of. Like literally hacking my Facebook and emailing me about it, saying she saved my friends to her computer and can send them the videos she illegally took of me if I don't get on Skype with her immediately. I'm so glad I found your post. I was so worried I was the only one she was doing this to. But I messed up really badly because she convinced me to actually be nude for part of it, which I would never normally do. And we did not agree to, but she offered to up my pay to $150 for that half hour, and I was super desperate for money. But then she started asking me to do super pornographic stuff, so I said I had to go and hung up. But yeah, this was last Saturday, and she kept messaging me all week asking when we were going to continue. And I ignored her, so yesterday is when the threats started happening. She said if I don't continue, she will be publishing our call online and selling it to people. I had no idea she was recording me, and when I called her out, she ignored me and just kept making threats. Then eventually I blocked her on everything, and that's when I got the scary email about my Facebook. She continues hacking my Facebook even though I've changed the password 4 times. And the email associated with my Facebook she tried to hack too. And what's even scarier is that's not the email I was emailing her on. I have no clue how she could find the other email because it's a completely different name. She also sent me a screenshot showing me that she actually had footage of me on her computer. It was 24 videos. She most definitely has the videos of you saved too, probably. This is girl B talking to girl A. I don't know if she's actually going to post anything, but I wanted to warn you just in case. Also, when you called her, could you not see or hear her? So what happened here was that this girl was kind of bullied into compromising her standards, and she was promised that this would be a private thing between her and the artist. And that wasn't the case. So now I'm going to share the conversation between Donna and girl A, the girl who originally contacted me. I'm not gonna say names just for privacy, so. Hello, girl A, this is Donna. Girl A, hey Donna, how are you doing? Donna, I'm doing great, how about you? Good, what sort of ideas do you have? I'd like us to pick a couple of outfits together and work with them, but I also want to design clothes for you. And so this girl is an elf cosplayer, so Donna says, we will do some elfish paintings. We will probably use lingerie so I can design clothes on top of your body as well. Girl A seems to be okay with posing in lingerie, but she made it clear with her conversation through Donna that she was not okay posing nude. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but basically what happened here was that girl A ended up wearing a white lacy kind of one piece, and Donna wanted her to reveal parts of her body that weren't okay, and she eventually manipulated girl A into doing that. And later on, girl A is like, okay, so I compromised myself, I feel bad about it, but look, like, I'm waiting for my payment, and so this is what's happening. Girl A goes, I really just am asking for payment at this point, and it really makes me feel uncomfortable. So I would like to actually hear you to see if you really are Donna Dee. Donna goes, yeah, well, you are not in a position to demand anything. Usually when you're collaborating, there has to be some sort of communication between both parties. Donna says, you went ahead and freaked out like a nervous goat. You were very rash and made a post about everything without confirming anything or waiting for me to respond. You feel like you were entitled to demand from me and slander me when you didn't even do what we agreed. You literally didn't do what we agreed, but just because you are such a nervous person, you just felt like you had to post about everything, acting like a victim. Go ahead and post parts of the conversation where you agreed to work with a bodysuit, and then you didn't continue to do the poses that I asked. So right here, Donna is calling this girl a nervous goat, acting like a victim. She's basically using all of these really toxic words to make any person feel absolutely horrible. We don't like being defined by negative words like that. And I know as far as peer pressure goes, in the past I would compromise my beliefs because people would make me feel bad for having boundaries. And you have to learn that people's opinions of you, they don't define who you are. It's just one person's misconstrued perspective of you, and it's not accurate. Girl A says, nervous? Normally you pay someone for their time, and then you refuse to respond to me for how long? And you agreed on $80 for 30 minutes, not source material. I have screenshots. You owe me for those 30 minutes. And I'm not selfish. You promised X for X, and you haven't given it yet. And again, because you seem to have missed it, that bodysuit showed certain parts of my body up close in certain positions. That being visible is nudity. I said no nudes. Donna says, dress it up however you like. You didn't do something you agreed on, and that's a fact. But you feel entitled to have it your way and don't consider my work or needs. Having a bodysuit on is not nudity. You feel entitled to having things your way, and you feel entitled to trying to affect my job by posting everything acting like a victim. I'm sorry to say, not everyone budges from that. You won't have things your way, and you can try to affect me and my job more than you already have. I don't care. I have certain standards, and I will continue to rule myself by them and people that work for me. Goodbye. That was the best thing she could have possibly done. Goodbye. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gents. Pretty much, if Donna Dee comes in contact with you, she will be recording you and threatening to sell those videos if you don't continue working with her. That's messed up. This is just my perspective and two other girls' perspectives. And I'm wondering who else is out there that has fallen for this. When it comes to the internet, if you're gonna be doing something like this, you have to see them face to face. You have to hear their voice. And you also need to hear reviews from other people to make sure that they're reputable. Beware of Donna Dee, and if I have any more information for you, you know I'm gonna share it. Ladies, just because you have boundaries does not mean that you are a nervous goat or a prude. It just means that you value yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Embrace how special you are, and don't just give yourself away. Giving yourself away doesn't just mean through sex and the exterior, but it also means what's going on in here, what's going on in here. So just be mindful of that when you step out into the internet and you just start posting things, okay? Okay. You go on being your bad self. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.